Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J Rocks, hitting you with another graphic novel haul. Got a few reviews on the works. I just gotta edit them and so forth. This one is not big on variety, but I am starting a few new stuff here, and it's a decent amount of books. I've been sipping on this. I don't know if you guys heard of this before. I was talking about it last time. It's some bourbon. It says Kentucky Straight whiskey. Kentucky's finest, so that just sounded cool. 40% alcohol. I also like the presentation of the bottle itself. It's pretty cool. I'm not that big of a whiskey guy. I like vodka a little more. It's more my thing, or tequila. But it was cool and it was pretty cheap too. So I was like, okay, let's try it. Sipping on some of that right now. And I got a little buzz going. I was like, I'm feeling like doing a video. It's a little bit of it's like a tangy flavor, or nah, it's more like a smoky flavor. Like if you're familiar with Jack Daniels and all that, is once you mix them with soda, they all taste similar. You can only really notice it is when you're taking shots, or it's on the rocks. Then you notice the difference, and some go down a lot smoother than others. So anyways, you're not here to talk about freaking alcohol. You're here to hear about the books, right? So let's start with these. I got this Vinland Saga, this book 8. That's the cover. The spine. These are made by Kodansha Comics, KC Comics. They're mangas. I like this design. It's cool. And one thing about mangas, I don't read them too often, so I forget about this because I go a while without reading one. You read these backwards, from right to left. Not only do you read it backwards, but another thing is that's not the confusing part. The thing is the pages, the panels, you read them backwards. So that can get a little tricky. You gotta get used to it. This one goes for about about 400 or so pages. I'll show off some of the art right now. This is volume 8. So let's go to the next book. This is Vinland Saga book 5. The spine right there. Chunky books. They're a little shorter than your average, than your regular standard size comics, but they're bigger than a digest size book. The cover to this one, it's about Vikings, and I hear it references a lot of historical stuff. Like it's not accurate the way it happened, but it references those times are accurate. Just the stories are made up. It says a life without purpose, and this one volume 8 says troubled waters. All right, so they have their own little like titles on the back. That's pretty cool. I'm digging the design, and also I'm trying to bulk up my manga collection. I had about 2 series, so I'm trying to get a few, not too many. I don't want anything that runs 100 volumes, or that's out, homies. I'm trying to stay away from that. I want stuff that's 5 volumes, 6, maybe 5 omnibuses or so. Stuff like that is what I'm trying to stick to. Now this one I think is about 10, so that's manageable. It's not too bad. Should be about 10 of these little books. I got 3 right here. This is book 4. I got 3 right here, so I'm halfway there. You see what I'm saying? That I can work with. I like with comics. I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to steer away from the super ongoing, the ones that never end, like X-Men. I'm gonna just start picking and choosing my favorites, and I don't need the whole collection, just the important ones, or the ones I deem important to me, or favorite to me. So this one, book 4, is called A King is Born. That's the cover right there. These are in black and white. I don't know if manga it's frowned upon if you like in color or black and white, but I kind of like colors on my. It's like in Conan, it has a lot of nice Buscema art, which I don't mind in black and white. I think it actually looks real good. All right, here's volume 4. It's the cover. I like that it's in hardcover. I like the quality of the little ones as well. I think it's only 5. So maybe I didn't like the first half, like I was saying previously. I was talking about that. I think it's sticky right here. It has something. God damn it. Clean that off later. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like the first half. I was like, this is not my thing. This is why I don't like manga that much. It has like a lot of action and a little bit of story where like no reasons for them to just randomly break out into fights. So I was not digging that. Then there's long drawn out fights for like half the story arc. It's just a fight scene. Then later in the second half, it started getting into some character development and character moments, which is my thing. I usually tend to stick with series more if I like the characters. So I started by the end of the first volume. I started really liking Alita. So I don't know. Maybe I will finish collecting it. I think it's only 5 books. Okay, let's get to this real quick. See, look at these. You start from left to right. So I was saying the manga's a little tricky. Open it halfway to the story. Now here, comics, you go start from here, this way. Left to right. I mean, this goes from right to left. American comics, you go this way. Here, these, you start this way. Right to left. You read right to left, and you switch the pages right to left. And there's no example here, but let me go to some of the other panels that are a little trickier. Yeah, panels, you would also go this way. So it gets tricky. Because sometimes instead of going this way, left to right, sometimes you'll read this panel, then go this way, and then go that way at a habit, and then it won't make sense, and you gotta kind of adjust to it for a minute, for the first few pages or so. But yeah, here's some of the art on this one. This is my first time flipping through it myself. I bought it used, so I just figured out it has like some, like, it's kind of stick in the corner. I don't know if I had a sticker there or something. Yeah, see, this art in black and white is not bad. I like it. Here's the binding. They don't lay perfectly flat, but it's just fine the way it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. So the other, here's the title. Them are in the back. As far as these, you don't need to see the other volumes. It's more of the same art. All right, so this is volume 1 of the Mike Grail run. It piqued my interest after reading the Longbow Hunters, which was written by him, like I was saying earlier, and so I started hunting them down, and I asked about them on the Facebook and comic groups and so forth, and I didn't know this is a highly praised run. Like a lot of people say, it's one of Green Arrow's best runs, which I did not know. This guy, I don't know a lot. Like I said it in previous books, previous videos. I mean, I said this shit in previous videos. If you watch my videos, you know already. I don't really follow DC, so I've only read, I think, like a few single issues of Green Arrow, and then the trade, the Longbow Hunters, and he's becoming my second favorite DC character. Of course, we all love Batman. I rarely, well, there's sometimes you find somebody that's not a Batman fan, but it's very rare. So of course he's my DC guy right there. That's the only thing I know really about DC universe is through Batman. But this is becoming my second one. So if I like this run enough, as much as I like that first trade, I'll be collecting more Green Arrow. I'm looking to maybe get the Green Arrow Black Canary. I have a few of the singles. I like it. From what I read, it was pretty cool. This is an idea of some of the art right here. Here, no background, no border. It's kind of crazy. It's simplistic. It can be lazy if they do it on every panel like this, but they don't. You see, there's clearly backgrounds and so forth, and well, not here. But anyways, when you do this and then you do this panel like this, I kind of like the way it looks. Some more of the art. You got a lot of different artists on this. That's one thing I've noticed. I don't know how I feel about that until I start reading them. See if it really affects the story or not. And yeah, I don't know, like I was saying, the Black Canary stuff, Black Canary Green Arrow. I don't know if I think it's like 30 issues. I don't know if I just buy all the singles if I find them cheap and have them bound into one hardcover, or maybe buy the 5 trades, because I think some of those trades are kind of hard to find. So it might be cheaper just to buy the singles and have them. It's turn into a omnibus, into a hardcover, because 30 issues will fit perfectly into one book. I wouldn't go more than 30 issues on one hardcover. So we'll see what happens with that. But first I want to finish this one, and then maybe I'll start on that once I finish reading this. Maybe I'll start hunting those issues down. All right, let's get to the next book. This is the Interiors to Strange Places Omnibus Volume 2. Some of the art you get. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Magnolia art, but it does change from time to time. It's not Magnolia, and sometimes it's other. You know when it's Magnolia, it's the blocky style. All right, this is the other stories. It's a lot of little short stories. So on these, I'm expecting different artists. See here, you can clearly see that it's not Magnolia anymore. or magnolia, whatever you call them. Then see, here's another. A lot of little short stories, different interpretation. These are if you buy the regular trades, 'cause I used to have the regular trades. I avoided the library editions. There's a few issues I had with those that made me skip them. But if you had the regular trades, I had those, and these short stories are in different order here. All the short stories have been taken out of the chronological order and set separate in their own book. Oh, I just noticed this. I got this one damaged from Insta. Huh. I don't know if it's nah, yeah, that's kind of look kind of ugly. Might have to return that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, these are and when you buy these omnis, they're in different order. They're gonna have those short stories separate in their own books. It's gonna be 2 volumes, and they're gonna be kept out of the main ongoing. And also on the ongoing, it's kind of a little bit different the way they're set. So I like the order they are on these trades more than the way they are on the regular trades, and more than what they are on the library edition hardcovers. So for me, this was the way to go. All right, that was my haul for this week. Hope you guys like what you saw. Let me know what you guys got this week. See if we got anything similar, or if you have any of this already in your collection and you've already read it, what you thought about it, without trying to spoil anything. Like I said, I'm gonna be hitting you with a review soon. So hit that subscribe button if you want to watch that, so it will notify you on your news feed. Also, on the links down below, check out my Goodreads. Also, if you got Goodreads, follow me. Definitely follow me, because I write my reviews up in there. And post your link in the comments so I can follow you as well, because I like reading other people's reviews if we have the same books or we read the same stuff, just to see how our reviews or opinions differ. I like to see what books we have in common and see how sometimes we could come away with it with 2 totally different opinions. So I kind of like to see that, like how they say always on reviews, point out what you liked and why, and what you didn't like and why. Okay, so like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that like button on your way out. I guess that helps get the video around. And also follow me on Goodreads and on Twitter. Twitter and Goodreads are my 2 things right there. I'm usually active every day on Twitter. I post a comment or 2. And on Goodreads, whenever I finish reading something, I throw it on there. Also, it helps me keep track of my books, what books I have or what books I've read. That's a great app to use to keep track of every book you buy. Throw it on there, so that way you know what you got in your collection. And then once you drop a review, once you already read it, so you know you already read that one. And they do little reading challenges and other little stuff, little book clubs and so forth, which can be fun if you want to interact with all that. Yeah, so like I said, that's all I got for you, and I'll see you guys next time.